Let me just make sure that I am live. I think that I am. It says that I am. All right, what's going on, everybody? I assume that we are live. Want to thank everybody for joining us for Freestyle Friday's episode. This episode 9, man.
Damn, we're episode 9, dude.
9 episodes right now. With me is my co-host, Jose, aka Comics and Stuff. Jose, tell us what's going on in your world, bro.
It's going, man. Just busy. I have kind of been missing it in action in YouTube, but you know, kind of been doing my art thing and being a daddy as usual. But yeah, come check me out. My page tomorrow, my channel tomorrow. I'm gonna do some comic book creating, but tomorrow's gonna be on an iPad Pro using Procreate. So I just got it pretty much in the last week. So figured get on the show with it. So come join me tomorrow, guys.
Well, I think that as long as you are doing something comic book related, I think you're all good, man. Even if you are coloring, whatever the case may be, you still can hold on to your comic book badge.
Oh yeah, I keep my comic book badge nice and warm.
Let me give a shout out to a few people in the chat. Comically Flawed Adam, what's up, bro?
What's up,
Adam in the house? Justin from Exile State. Justin pumping out them videos over on his channel. JoJo's Comics, what's up? Comic Book Brother, what's up? Comic Book Brother. J Rod Hammy in the house. What's up, J Rod? JoJo's Comics, Captain Jenks, Jason Smith. Y'all be careful when you sending books in the mail. It might not get to their destination safely. I'm just saying, I'm just playing. I'm playing with you, Jason. I'm playing with you. Rag's in the house. What's up, Rag? Actually, Rag, you gotta plug your eBay store or something like that in the chat, since you hustling and grinding too, selling a bunch of comic books over there on eBay.
Damn, I gotta check it out.
Hey man, Rag's a hustler, man. I think Rag's a hustler, man. Yeah. I think he used to deal drugs or something back in the day. He couldn't do that no more, so he started dealing with comic books. Like
I heard it wasn't drugs. I heard that he was a pimp.
I'm just oh my god, pimping hoes and slamming Cadillac doors, huh? Oh my gosh. What else is going on? Comic Flaw says, Jose, did you beat up Michael Jackson and take half his glove?
No, this is what I use for when you're on the Cintiq. This keeps the moisture and the oils from your skin to kind of cause friction between your hand and the screen. So this way you when you're using the stylus or the pen for the Cintiq, things go smoother, and that's what this is for.
That's a good idea.
And this is the stylus. See?
Nice. So basically what Jose is saying is he got himself a new toy.
No, I've had the Cintiq.
The Cintiq. No, but your Pro.
This is my new toy.
Let me see. Show everybody your new toy.
This is the iPad Pro. And I used it in conjunction.
That's the biggest one they make, right?
Yeah, this is the 12.9, and I use it in conjunction with Procreate. So here this is actually what I'm gonna be working on tomorrow's show. If you guys could see it, I don't know if you guys could see it.
Yeah, it's on here.
Yeah. So, and with this, let me make sure I'm holding it tight. Then the Apple Pen, I use it with that, but you could still kind of use the glove with this, so it kind of slides back and forth. But this is my new baby, and I could see why a lot of pros are also using the iPad Pro, as well as I'm gonna pan over to my Cintiq. This is my Cintiq right here, and you know, some pros use the Cintiq, some pros use the iPad Pro, but they both have their pros as far as I'm concerned. So I'm glad I got my new toy here, the iPad Pro. Anyway.
Well, I'll tell you what, man, you're definitely taking the comic book world to a whole different level, man. Because
comic book creating, man.
Yeah, it's kind of like living the dream. I feel like when it comes to comic books, you got kind of two dreams. You're either like a creator, whether it be a writer or a artist, or you own your own shop. I'd actually be interested to see what the what the people in the chat would like to have. Is they like to create their own comic book, or they'd like to just have their own store selling comic books?
Or just, I mean, there's nothing wrong with just reading comic books, you know, just the love of collecting comic books.
Yeah.
But when you
but that's a dream that we can all live, you know. I think that once you get into it, the dream is like, yo, man, I want to sell books. I want to, you know, or I want to create books. And actually, at least that's just how I perceive it. So
absolutely.
Kind of a lot going on. I want to thank everybody for joining us. Really appreciate it. Go ahead and give it a thumbs up if you feel so inclined. We're going to kind of get into it a little bit. Let me give one plug. Actually, Jose, you got any plugs first, man? Or no, I think you already pretty much did that, right?
Yeah, I'm just plugging my channel tonight, man. Nothing more than that, you know. Just
okay. NLC's in the house. What's up, bro? Dominic, Ricky's in the house. How you doing, my friend? And then 9 Dimes. I like that name. Catrin's in the house. What's up, Cat? Gomez. Gomez, man. Gomez like shmoney. Hey, that's just funny, man. We just back and forth now, man. Me and Gomez, man. It's about that shmoney this year, Gomez. You right about that, man. Taco Dan stopped by. Thank you so much, bro. I actually got to meet with him in a couple days. He bought a slab for me, and I'm pressing books for him. So gonna get those. I didn't say burnt. I said press. So I'm gonna get those to him. And then some guy, comics and stuff, is in the chat as well. So that's up to him. All right, so let me go ahead and plug in something real quick. I'm gonna share my screen because this is actually something that I need to try to finish up tonight, and you guys are gonna see what I'm talking about. I started a raffle, this guy right here, and I had all the spots taken, but one guy, he did not have his PayPal set up, and it was gonna take like 2 or 3 days to set it up. And it was leading into the weekend, and this raffle was pretty much all closed with the exception of his payment. And I realized that if it was not cleared today, it was going to get on into Monday. And those people that already paid it, I did not want to hold them hostage for 4 days, waiting for this guy to pay up. To his defense, it's not his fault. It's just PayPal's taking so long to clear everything. So I told him, I said, man, let's get you on the next one, and let me go ahead and open up your 2 spots to anybody who may be interested. I got 2 spots left, $12 each, with the opportunity to win this Wolverine #1 CGC 9.6. Immediately after this show tonight, I'm going to close the Freestyle Friday, and then immediately I'm going to open up another live chat, which will pretty much just be determining the winner for this raffle. So if anybody is interested, there's spots 6 and spots 8 that's available. Everybody else is all paid up with the exception of those 2 spots. So $12 a spot, 2 spots left. If anybody's interested, hit me up in the chat. My PayPal is strictlycomics@gmail.com. Just send $12, friends and family. Pick which spot you want. I'll fill you in. And immediately after the show, we'll go ahead and do it.
While it's hot.
I got Adam. Adam says he'll take spot 8. I appreciate that, Adam. I got you locked in. So then the only spot left is number 6 for anybody's interested. Jason Smith, I haven't checked the mail yet, bro. But if you say it's there, I'm gonna take it at your word, and I'm gonna just believe that it's there. I'll get the books that you sent me in the morning, bro. Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it. Actually, you can check out Jason Smith as well as myself. We're going to be on the Great Legends auction tomorrow night. We're going to be slanging some comics, and you can check us out. I think Jason's pretty much a regular over there. I don't know who else Legend is going to have on his show, but you guys can check us out over on the Great Legend. Probably, what is that, Jason? Like 9 o'clock Eastern, Central, one of those times. I can't remember. So you can check us out over there if you guys are looking to get some comic books on the cheap. So I appreciate that. Adam, let's go ahead and move on. Well, first, let me ask you, Jose, did you get a chance to watch that new trailer that dropped?
What trailer?
That Infinity War. Dude, what trailer, man? You better be lying.
That trailer is nice, man. It was on point. Definitely. Yeah. I caught it yet.
Okay. So let's talk about it because this is Freestyle Friday. I don't think Jose really knew that we were going to get into this, but it's all right. Check this out, Jose. This video dropped about 12 hours ago or less.
Roll that beautiful beam footage, baby.
No, I'm not going to roll the video. No, but I got some screenshots, and we're going to talk about that because this video has already got like 14 million views in 12 hours or less.
Yeah, it's fucking nice.
So we're gonna talk about this a little bit. NLC says he's not watching the trailer. He want to be extra surprised for the film.
Yeah, comic book brother, because of the trailer, he went and bought some tickets today, apparently.
Oh, he got his tickets early. He ain't playing. Okay. All right. Well, let's go ahead and talk a little bit about this. Here's one of the screenshots I got right here. I don't know if this had been shown before, but I love this costume design. I absolutely love it. I'm so used to seeing Thanos with his gear off that when I saw it in the trailer, I was like, wow, this is sick. The way they're setting this dude up, man, it's just like no other. And in my opinion, and I don't know if you'd agree with this, Jose, I would have to say that the way they're setting him up is even greater than the way they set up Magneto.
Oh yeah, without a doubt, definitely. I mean, they definitely did right by the costume. Weren't people complaining about Thanos and how he was being portrayed in the movie? But I mean, just with this clip that you got here, he looks on point.
Yeah, man, and you know, we're all pretty familiar with Magneto, but I don't know. I don't like to throw this word around too much, but they make him look like a god. I mean, the way that he's set up and everything. So this movie, man, the hype is so built up. And one of the things that I noticed also about, and I wish I would have got a picture of it, but one of the things I noticed about the logo that they use for April, what is it? April 27th is when it's released. Yeah. Is they took the A from Avengers and used that A for April.
Right.
Which I don't know if that was, part of their reason to move it up a week or what, but it looks good. It looks good. And I think that the hype around this film is like no other. I would not be surprised if this film reached 2 billion.
So let's put it this way. Wonder Woman and the Black Panther have met their match with the new one?
Financially?
Just the whole movie in general, as far as what it could do financially and, as far as having that comic book appeal that we all look for.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, think about it, man. They've been building this up for what, 10 years now? Iron Man was in 2008, I think, man.
And they will be, okay, all right, cool.
So 10 years of build up, and we're finally getting to that climax, and it's going to be interesting to see how this turns out, because people are just talking all about it. I went to work today, and people who are not even really like comic book fans, just all this Avengers Infinity War trailer stuff just kind of like started popping up on their feed and everything. And so,
yeah, you know why you make me laugh, man? Because we're all diehard comic book fans, man, collectors, whatever, sellers, whatever, the whole 9 yards. We got some type of, we're part of some facet of comic book collecting, whether it be selling, whether it be collecting, whether it be creating. So, and everybody watching this show pretty much falls in that category. But what makes me laugh is where people out of the woodworks they start talking about comic books and this and that, and I'm listening to them, I'm like, man, and they sound like they think they know what they're talking about. And I'll just kind of keep quiet in the background and this and that, and then somebody else will chime in and be like, yo, Jose's like an avid comic book collector, and I'm like, and they'll be like, you are. I'm like, it just makes me laugh, man. But it's good, man. It just brings more people to enjoy comic books, or at least the genre of comic books.
It does, and I hear people talking about I'm a Marvel fan, and you can just kind of tell, like, they don't really read comics. They're just Marvel fans because of the music. I mean, the music, the movies.
Yeah, they're saying I'm a Marvel fan, and my favorite character is Aquaman. Yeah, that's right. Mine's Wonder Woman.
Oh man. So all right, so let's kind of speculate a little bit. That's just one picture that I got. Let's go to the next one. This one right here. Now maybe people in the chat can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm seeing in this screenshot, I'm seeing Loki and what appears to be the Black Order. This is just my assumption because we got announcement that the Black Order was going to be a part of this film, and the Black Order is only like 5 years or less old. They came out in the Infinity storyline back in 2013, 2014, somewhere around there. So let's talk about the villains a little bit, because these guys are going to be a part of this movie, and there's some interesting characters. You can see actually right there in the middle what appears to be Loki. And we all know Loki's just kind of a snake. He's a trickster. Has he gone to the dark side, so to speak, for his own advantage, temporarily, or what? You got any kind of speculative thoughts on this whole idea, Jose?
But so in the storyline, Loki's teamed up with Thanos, or it's everybody against Thanos. I mean, I don't know too much about the storyline, to be honest.
Well, I guess you could kind of look at it like the Black Order's Thanos's goons, I guess, or generals or leaders or lieutenants, however you want to look at them. And then you got and then of course you got all the minions and stuff.
Yeah, but Loki always flips the script, man. He's the biggest throughout there,
Yeah, he's kind of he's not reliable. There's no loyalty there when it comes to Loki. That's for sure. He's always trying to.
As soon as he sees Thanos got those rings on the coffee table by the bedstand or something, he's gonna grab those keys for himself.
But exactly. And if you look at the first Avengers film, he had the Tesseract, the blue stone, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that he took it from Thanos or borrowed it or was working for Thanos and was supposed to do something, and he didn't do what he said he would do. But I remember he had the Tesseract in that first Avengers film, and I think that either in the end of that film or it might have been Guardians of the Galaxy, we kind of got a glimpse of Thanos for the first time. So that was pretty interesting.
Very. Hey, I think Adam just grabbed one of those spots. Did he grab the last two on your raffle?
No, he grabbed the one. Okay. Yeah, there's one left. I'll go to that in just a second. Captain Jenks says Loki will turn to them and then do something to flip it back. He is all for himself. Yeah, I would agree with that.
So talking about Adam, he goes, well, they obviously had to modify the story from the books because no Silver Surfer or Warlock. So all bets off on what they will do. That would have been such like icing on the cake to have Silver Surfer and Warlock on there. That would have just been perfect.
Yeah, it would have been, but I mean, they're going to eventually,
without getting too much into the origination of both characters, because they've already, everybody knows the origin of them. Just throw them in there in the mix as characters.
Yeah, and I think most people know the storyline too. But I was actually conversating with Tim just a little bit on Combo Fanatics Facebook page about this, how Marvel takes bits and pieces from a few stories and puts them into their films. Like they don't make a film entirely designated to one storyline.
Daddy, you look like you're ready to go to sleep.
Ian's getting tired over there.
Oh, my bad, man. You guys can hear me talking to my big man over here. He's yawning, playing video games, but I'm like, why don't you join Daddy over here on the live show?
Let me see here. Here's the other kind of image I want to look at. I don't know who this guy is. Maybe somebody could fill me in.
That's one ugly mofo.
Yeah, I don't. What is his name? Who is this guy? Can anybody tell us? Because I don't have any idea.
To be honest, I don't know his name, but that's all I got to say about that. I don't know his name, but he looks like he's going to be one of the villains. If
he doesn't look like a good guy,
villain. Huh?
He doesn't look like a good guy to you?
I don't know.
Comic Book Brother, did you just answer our question? He says Ebony Maw. Is that the
his first appearance? Is that you ringing on me?
No, that's me. I got Rag is actually hitting me in a text.
He wants that last spot. It's Ebony, so apparently it's Ebony Maw. Can you tell us a little about Ebony Maw while I Google that character? Because I don't know much.
Yeah, I have no idea. If I'm not mistaken, I just from what the trailer looked, from what it looked like in the trailer, like he was kind of messing with Doctor Strange a little bit. Maybe he was like an antagonist for Doctor Strange in a storyline or a future movie or something like that. I don't know. And again, this is where the conversation between Tim and I started, because he obviously is a Doctor Strange fan and he knows more about that side of the Marvel universe than I do. But I guess one of the reasons why I want to bring up these villains is because it looks like that these don't appear, at least not in the first film, and probably not, maybe not the second. These don't appear to be some villains that are just going to be one and done.
Well, apparently he's a Doctor Strange counterpart. I just found his description here on Fandom.
Okay.
But apparently Ebony Maw was a member of Thanos' Black Order, not a fighter, but a dangerous thinker of the Mad Titans army. When Thanos targeted Earth as the next planet he would raise, Ebony Maw was dispatched to deal with Doctor Strange.
So maybe he's in it and hopes to get something promised to him by Thanos, maybe a world or something like that promised to him.
Everybody's in it for their own
right.
And but he apparently used his abilities to gain control over Doctor Strange and forced him to summon Shama Gorath. Served as a double agent for him when he reunited with the Illuminati. I'm not going to get too much into this, but that's pretty much Ebony Maw. He's from Earth 616. Jonathan Hickman as a creator. Wow. Okay.
So he appears to be somebody relatively new. Gomez says that his first appearance is
New Avengers. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I just saw his first appearance here.
Comic Book Brother says he's like an alien wizard. So Captain Jenks says someone ran a truck over his face. I could agree with that.
He actually looks worse in the movie than he does in the comic book. But here's a question for the chat room, and you could probably use it for whatever you'd like. What is Ebony Maw's first appearance? I have it right here in front of me for the chat room.
I'd be interested to know. Is he somebody that you bank on? Is he somebody that you get a first appearance of?
Yeah, yeah. And it was relatively recent. I'm going to go ahead and tell you the date, which was September of 2013.
Okay.
So that kind of, narrows it down.
Well, let's come back to that because we're going to talk more about the villains a little bit more here in just a second.
Why don't we come back to that?
Yeah, because here's another picture that I saw. A cape with a headless, not a headless horseman, but a headless character.
That's Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange's
his cloak. Yeah. But who is that on? Who is it on?
Or maybe Loki's cloak. It could be Loki's cloak.
NES says Aquaman number 43.
it might just be someone kind of looking down at the floor or something.
I don't know, man. I mean, to me it looks like, I don't know what that is, man. Maybe the chat knows, but to me it looks like a character that just doesn't have a head, somebody that I don't know about.
The headless horseman.
Because it can't be Doctor Strange's cloak, because Doctor Strange's cloak has like a big collar,
yeah,
that sticks up. So I mean, that's just my guess. So I don't know who this is, but it's somebody new to me. So everybody's kind of chiming into your question, Jose. Everybody's saying New Avengers 8, New Avengers 9.
It is actually New Avengers Volume 3, number 8.
Number 8. So
it's like Justin got it in first. Actually,
okay.
no, Comically Flawed Adam got it in first.
So maybe like 8 is a cameo and 9 is a full appearance.
You know how that goes.
Okay, yeah, we better not go there.
Yeah. And more than that, I've had that conversation.
Just get them all. If you want the first one, just get them all.
Get them both, 8 and 9.
Comic Book Brother says, yeah, he says he thinks it's Thor.
Well, there you go. It could be Thor too.
Watch the trailer again, he says.
Any character with a red cloak or a robe.
But like Justin says, he's saying Thor with his head down. It doesn't look like his head is down. That's the thing it looks like his shoulders are square, and it's just because you got there's a hole where there's a neck, where there's supposed to be a neck.
Thor's got a crew cut in this movie, from what I saw in the trailer. So it can be Thor.
I know we're just speculating here. We're just kind of guessing and stuff like that, but it's fun, man, because I mean, who knows? I mean, I've seen people out break these trailers down clip by clip and they just get into it. And so I was like, this might be fun, so let's kind of get into it a little bit. Plus it's a hot topic, a lot of people are talking about it, so we'll go ahead and move on to the next one. Did anybody catch this?
What do you
I saw what appeared to be a baby or toddler Gamora grabbing her dad Thanos' finger.
That's when she was a little girl.
But is she adopted? Is she like, did he kidnap her and decide to raise her to be like an assassin or use her for his own agendas, or is she really a bloodline of his? Or I'm interested, man, because I have no idea. I wasn't really a huge Avengers reader back in the day. I was more X-Men and Spider-Man, and so a lot of these new Avengers characters, their background stories and whatnot. This is all new to me, man.
I'd assume because he takes over worlds and planets and universes. Who I wouldn't say adopted, probably stolen.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, Gamora's sister is kind of all over the place too, and that's a biological sister. So who knows? I mean, who are we to judge?
NES Master says that's Yoda.
Adopted and raised an assassin by Comic Book Brother.
Yeah, I think Comic Book Brother's got the right answer. I don't think it's Yoda NES. Let me just put that out there. I don't think it's Yoda. But one of the interesting things that I was listening to people say about this particular clip in the trailer was that you're gonna get character development. You're gonna get background of who Thanos is in this film. And I think this next picture actually confirms that even more, because right after you see this, you see Thanos walking away with what appears to be a young Gamora walking with him.
Yeah.
So, and then, I mean, just look at these images, man. Like, you got these, and like, again, I don't know much about Thanos, but they say he's a Titan, and it looks like you got several Titans.
The Beast.
Yeah, you got several of them. So you're going to definitely find out how Thanos plays in this whole role of family of Titans, so to speak. So I'm really excited about this, because now I'm more intrigued.
In April, you said?
I believe it's April 27th.
Man, that's around the corner, baby.
Got about 5 weeks away.
Just about. That's practically around the corner. As long as we've been waiting for all these movies.
But people are gonna be in line Thursday. Like,
I'll watch it on Cody.
All right, so Captain Jank says Thanos' father of the year raises his daughter to be an assassin. So interesting. All right, so let's kind of move on a little bit. I want to talk a little bit about this. Is actually a clip that I got from another trailer. Again, more stories of Thanos' family line, I guess. This is Nebula. Some people wasn't really too keen about her, the way she looks, because she doesn't really look similar to how she did in the Infinity Gauntlet storyline. You know, in the Infinity Gauntlet, she was like half dead, and in this,
you know, it's funny that you say that because I'm looking at the clip and I think she looks, you know, all right. Maybe she doesn't necessarily look like her comic book character.
mm-hmm.
But I think she looks awesome. She's good, you know. I just like it.
Yeah, and I think according to the movies, every time she failed or lost a fight or something like that, Thanos would attach a piece of yeah, correct. Remove a body part or something like that and replace it with something cybernetic, something else. So,
and she lost many battles with Gamora against Gamora.
How'd you like to have a dad like that? Like, oh well, you lost, so I'm gonna take one of your fingers and replace it with something else. So.
You got a 90 on your math, Greg? Take off that leg.
All right. So I'm gonna go on and move on to the next one. Right here. Okay, so this was interesting because I didn't really know about this. Again, I don't really dissect these trailers, but a lot of this stuff was kind of brought to my attention. I found it to be very interesting. It is Bruce Banner, and actually, okay, so you see him laying down right there. Right. Now I'm gonna go to the next clip, and you actually see where he came from. You see that big old hole behind Doctor Strange and his librarian.
That's a sink. That's a sinkhole just south here in Florida.
Yeah. Well, actually, Big E's was talking about this. How this was this is actually what Silver Surfer was supposed to do, because if you read the Infinity Gauntlet, Silver Surfer, I guess, falls through Doctor Strange's home, and because Disney didn't own the rights to Silver Surfer, they instead used Bruce Banner or the Incredible Hulk to kind of play that role. So I found that to be very, very interesting because I didn't really put that together until somebody mentioned it. Jeff Johnson in the house. What's up, Jeff Johnson? He says, you notice that they never show Hawkeye in the trailers. That's true. He's and you know what? I'm not gonna get ahead of myself, JJ, because we're gonna kind of talk about that toward the end of the show a little bit. We actually talked about this yesterday on Jesse's show, JLS Comics. We were just kind of speculating on who we thought was going to die, and I gave it even more thought throughout the day today when I was at work and after this trailer dropped. And so we'll talk about that a little bit toward the end here. But that is an interesting thought that they didn't really show Hawkeye in the trailer. So is he in this film? Does he die early? Does he die toward the end?
Come on, because Hawkeye's character sucks. Let's be real.
Yeah, he's a guy that shoots arrows, right?
Yeah, it's like, and when he does have a part in the movie, he's like almost dying, hurt, or visiting his family. I think they said they were gonna kind of stop having him in the movies altogether. I didn't think he was gonna make an appearance in this movie, actually.
J-Rod says Hawkeye is irrelevant. Comically Flawed says in the book Hawkeye dies as part of the finger snap taking out half the universe. I think that's right. It's been a while since I've read the Infinity Gauntlet, but I finally read it. Yeah, with that snap of the finger, man, Thanos just took out so many people. Jose, did you read the Infinity Gauntlet when it came out?
I did not. I freaking sold the book before I read it.
That was what was that, George Perez artwork and
all George Perez.
What was Ron Lim a part of that, or was it all George Perez?
I just associated with George Perez. I don't know much about the other creators, to be honest.
Who's the writer of that story? See, y'all gonna make me start looking.
Me no know.
I got it right here. Hold on.
You sold like all 7 of them, right? Or
okay, sorry about that. So Finley Gauntlet, I guess it was written by pencils George Perez and Ron Lim. So I was right about that. Oh, Jim Starlin. Duh. Jim Starlin is the writer. There you go. I should have knew that. Thank you, Otaku Dan. Thank you very much. Starlin, of course. So, anyways, what's up?
Did he win the prize?
He won bragging rights.
Let anybody know who, if they just popped up in the chat room, that you got that one more spot in that raffle.
I do. I'm actually going to talk about that here in just a second. So this was another clip that I saw. You get another screenshot. You got War Machine right here looking up, and then you got another Bruce Banner along with Scarlett Johansson. So I just assumed that they're looking at the sky as another alien invasion is coming into Earth. But one of the things that I want to talk about here in just a second is the battleground that they chose. I kind of want to dig into that a little bit. But before we get into that, if anybody is interested, I got one more spot for the raffle. I got spot number 6. Spot number 8 has already been claimed by Comically Flawed. I really appreciate that. I'm trying to raffle off tonight this Wolverine #1 CGC 9.6 that I just got fresh from CGC a week ago. No, 8 days ago. So if anybody's interested, I'm going to be raffling this off immediately after this show. I'm going to end this show, and then I'm going to reboot a live show just to raffle this off and get this bad boy to a winner and send it off to its next home. So if anybody's interested, I got one spot left, $12. Spot number 6. Everybody else is actually all paid up except for this one spot that is free for anybody who wants it. Go ahead and claim in the chat, and we'll go ahead and get this wrapped up here probably in an hour or less. So just going to put that out there. We'll come back to that here later on in the show. So Jose, here's the battleground from what appears to be for this movie. It looks like Wakanda. Now, you did see Black Panther, right?
I sure did.
Okay. Any idea on why you think Wakanda might be the spot chosen to do battle with Thanos?
Because it's probably got the only technology that could deal with him. Actually, I don't think this is Wakanda. I think this is a scene from Braveheart.
You're going to see Mel Gibson come out?
But yeah. But on the serious tip, I think it's just their technology is the only thing that could deal with what is that not uranium, right? What they got over there in Wakanda?
Vibranium.
Vibranium. That might be what they need to bust Thanos's butt. Or we all know the storyline, but I'm sure has something to do with it. But this is probably not the end battle with him. This is probably just a scene.
Yeah, well, but and let's go to the next one, because this I thought was a really cool image. You get what appears to be, because if you look at, I think that this is just a defensive mechanism for Wakanda, if I'm not mistaken, because when you saw the Black Panther, they just kind of flew in to Wakanda, which had this projected image of, forest and wilderness that was kind of hiding.
It looks like they have that force field up.
Yeah. So it appears almost that they're trying to penetrate Wakanda for a reason. And I think that this is the reason. It's somebody pointed this out, although it appears to be the head of somebody, probably Vision. But my guess had always been that there's an Infinity Stone in Wakanda, which may have been a part of that asteroid or meteor that fell on Wakanda.
Didn't Black Panther have one of the stones or the gems?
It was just vibranium. It wasn't a gem, I don't believe.
Right. I think you got someone for that spot, man. JoJo's Comics might be interested in that last spot. Just a FYI to you.
Appreciate that, JoJo. Go ahead and just send $12 to strictlycomics@gmail.com, and I'll fill you in, and we'll get that raffle taken care of as soon as we're done with the show here.
I swear, I keep on seeing Cyborg's head in there instead of Division. But obviously that's not the case. But just see Cyborg for some reason. No, my bad. I think Jojo, I'm not sure. Jojo, did you want that spot or not? I'm not sure. I'm sorry to cut you off, dude.
No, that's fine.
All right. Well, you gave him your info if need be.
Yeah. So, but I don't know. It's going to be interesting. You're going to see all these Wakandans. You're going to see Black Panther again. You're going to see Shuri. Like I said, my assumption was just that I still think that there's a stone somewhere in Wakanda, because, you know, just because that just appears to be a big, if not the main battleground for this movie. So, but let's go ahead and get onto this right here. I'm glad to see the Hulk Buster, Iron Man Hulk Buster back. I thought that was a really cool fight scene that they had. I think it was in Avengers, Age of Ultron. So I'm really happy to see him back. I think that you need something like that to take on, I guess, Thanos and his army.
Right.
And then this scene right here kind of got me, which I don't know what's going on here. It looks like Doctor Strange getting pierced with some very sharp blades of glass. I don't know. But a really cool scene, because I don't know what's going to happen with Doctor Strange. I don't know what's going to happen in the storyline, but I'm just really interested, very intrigued with this movie, and just breaking it down here is definitely something new, something I've never done before. And then, of course, right here we got Loki with the Tesseract, and just trying to figure out what role he's going to play. I'm almost assuming that he found it in the Asgard. Remember when he was leaving Asgard? Did you watch Thor Ragnarok?
Jose,
did you watch Thor Ragnarok?
Dude, I didn't get through the whole movie, man. I kind of fell asleep.
Are you serious?
Yeah, dude. I don't know. Maybe I had a long day, or I just wasn't interested in the movie. I'm not sure why. I was so pumped to see it, but ever since I fell asleep through half of the movie, I've never kind of been wanting to watch it all. Was it good? I mean,
yeah, it was pretty good. I mean, at the end of the film, Loki was in the basement, and in the basement, I guess, of Asgard, there were some artifacts that Odin had hidden down there, and there was this gem. I don't know if it was this specific one or another one. He come across that, and my assumption is that Loki took it again, because it just shows him walking by it, and then it goes to a different scene. And so I'm almost assuming that he gets it and maybe uses that in Infinity War to try to almost secure him a spot for safety in Thanos's upcoming future rule of the world. I don't know. Or promise of a kingdom or world or something like that, similar to the other guy who we're talking about. So yeah.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. All right, Big E's in the house. What's up, Big E's? JoJo's Comics. Let me see here. Okay, cool. Want to thank everybody for joining me. Got 20 people watching. Really appreciate it. If anybody's interested, nobody's claimed it yet, but I got one more spot for this raffle that I plan on getting done tonight, probably in an hour or less. As soon as we wrap this up, I'll end this show, and then I will restart a live chat, which shouldn't be more than 5 minutes, and we'll raffle this bad boy off so I can get it sent off to its new home. It's only $12 a spot, only one spot left, and that is spot number 6. Everybody else is paid up. All of the spots have been claimed. Spot number 6 is the only spot left. If anybody's interested, go ahead and tell me what your name is. If you got an Instagram name, that would be even better. But if you don't have an Instagram name, I can use your YouTube name and just send $12 to strictlycomics@gmail. Once I get that, I confirm it, I put you in, and then we'll be all set and ready to roll. Indeed. So I don't know if I have. Oh, here we go, Jose. Did you see this in the trailer?
Captain America, baby. And Thanos looks down at him, is like, whoa, okay. But I think he's just gonna squash his head or something.
There was a lot of kind of memes and picture comparison and stuff like that with this picture. I wish I would have gotten it, but this appears to be a scene taken directly out of the Infinity Gauntlet.
And how many gems he's got on that glove? I count what, 2?
Well, let's look at that. Let's get a closer look. Here's another picture. Yeah, you only see 2 of the stones.
Let's be real. Even if Thanos did not have any gems on that glove, he'd still squash Captain America. As badass as Captain America is, still, we're talking Thanos.
Adam says, somebody buy that spot. I got a book to win. Sorry, Biggies. No low ballers, bro. $12 and it's yours. But one of the things I liked about this is, and again, I wish I would have had pictures of Apocalypse, because it appears that they made Thanos much bigger than what Josh Brolin really is. And that's a lesson that I wish Fox would have taken for Apocalypse, because Apocalypse was the same height as some of the women on set, which made absolutely no sense to me. So this is just another example of Disney doing it right and making Thanos to hit the stature that he needs to be.
Yo, I'm cracking up at J. Rod Ham. He goes, "Be right back, Mercenaut, with a live haul video."
Oh, man.
Gotta go. If that's the case, I gotta go too, man. I'll talk to you later. Too funny. But yeah, I agree, man. Totally.
Yeah, it just looks really good. Like, it just looks really good as far as how they're giving him justice, as far as making him the proper height and build of similarly to how he is in the comics.
Do you think this movie's gonna like be up there, man?
Up there as far as what?
As far as a kick-ass movie?
Oh yeah, it's gonna be. I think it's gonna get the 2 billion mark. I think it's gonna cross 2 billion.
Black Panther's bypassed 1 billion already, right? Like last
yeah, but I mean, if you think about it, how many films have actually hit 2 billion? I think you got Star Wars, The Force Awakens. I think you got Avatar, which was like 2.1 or 2.2 billion. I think you also got Titanic, which crossed the 2 billion. So there really isn't a lot of films that have crossed $2 billion.
You got another clip, man?
What's that?
You got another clip?
I think I do. I think I got one more. This was the only other one that you see. You see Cap giving his all. He's probably going to go down swinging.
Avatar, apparently 2.7 per JoJo's comic.
Yeah. That's a lot, man. That's almost 3 billion, dude. That's ridiculous.
That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of shmoney.
Indeed.
Comically Flawless says Thanos looks terrible without his helmet. Yeah, he kind of does. I think it looks pretty good, though. Jesse says his chin reminds him of Mashed Potato Mountain from Close Encounters of the Third Kind. I haven't seen that, but that's funny. I could definitely see that. I thought that made him look very, very good. Now, obviously, I think that his bodysuit is a suit. I don't think Josh Brolin built himself up to look that massive unless he injected himself temporarily of something so that he could have the look. But I just think it's a suit, man, because we all know that Josh Brolin doesn't have that kind of build, not to fit a character like Thanos. So, but that's it. I'll come back to this here in a second. I'm going to kick it over to Jose for a second. If he's still there. You still there, Jose?
I'm here, man. I was looking over my my thing. I if you want, I'll
He was
share
working.
Huh?
He was working. That's what you was doing.
I'll share my screen, show these cats what I'm gonna be doing tomorrow. So yeah,
I thought you already did that.
No, I started it up. I flatted it a while back, but I went ahead and started doing it because I think I'm gonna go ahead and color this on my live show tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, we all know who the Capullo Batman #1.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I flatted it already. I kind of added some more flats, made it a little better. And then I kind of put in more stuff. So I'd already kind of worked with Batman himself, which is this layer right here.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I think I'm going to go ahead and try it on my iPad Pro tomorrow using Procreate. So it's going to be more of a learning process as well, because I've only had the iPad Pro for about a week. But I mean, I got the fundamentals down packed as far as color theory and all that color nonsense. But I think I'm going to work with this tomorrow. So yeah, that's what I was looking at while you were talking, man. So,
okay. Yeah, I figured you were doing something work related. So
this is it. You know, this is it without any colors, just the black and whites, and this is what I've added to it so far. You know, obviously, just everything's kind of colors, kind of made it kind of all work good together. And then I worked with Batman's costume right there. That's what I got so far. So that's what I was doing.
Gotcha.
Let me stop sharing. You took me off, right? Take me off.
I got you off, man. I got you off. I'm gonna go to me one last time. Let me give this one last attempt, and then we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up. If anybody's interested, I got one final spot, $12 final spot number 6 for this Wolverine CGC 9.6 white pages. I actually pressed this myself, man. I cleaned it and pressed. I think I could have done a little bit better job cleaning it, but I still don't think that would have gotten it at 9.8. Funny thing is, if anybody watched the last video that I did, I kind of took CGC for granted, and I submitted some books that I normally would not have submitted. But you know, I just think that CGC has been looser when it comes to their grading, and I've always.
Do you not think it's more that they become a little stricter? Because I saw pictures of this book before you even sent it, and we both agreed it should have been at 9.8.
I sent in 4 of these, and I did not get a single 9.8. 3 of them came back as 9.6s. 1 came back as a 9.4. I've got the 9.4 sold. I've got 2 of the 9.6s claimed, and I got this one right here. Which I'm trying to get finished, raffled off tonight. But yeah, I don't know, man, because you know when it comes to CGC, they sent and I've talked about this. We've sent in books before, and it's almost like if it's a Silver Age book or a Golden Age book, a book that they could probably make a lot of money off of, they're going to kind of up the value a little bit, up the grade a little bit. And we've all talked about how they're a lot more stricter when it comes to the modern books, like, you know, especially books that came out like tomorrow. You know, if a book came out tomorrow, you send it in, it's going to get major critique and a hard look over, and it's going to be just analyzed so heavily, and they're going to nitpick when it compares to like a Silver Age book, because a Silver Age book, why it brings in more money. There's more. The little bit more lax on the grading because of the age and condition and stuff like that. So really it was because of that, which is why I took CGC for granted, and I went ahead and submitted some books that I probably shouldn't have, but I've been able to move them, so it's not really a loss. So,
but even at 9.6, man, that's a nice book to have.
Yeah, It's still, yeah, it's still a good book, but you know, you always want that 9.8. I guess that's, you always want to know 9 point in any book that you get, but yeah, definitely 9.6 is a really solid grade. And actually, some of the people that I've been talking to this past week, a lot of people don't care, dude. Even at 9.4, a lot of people don't care. They just want this book graded. And I think what a lot of it has to do with is that a lot of people just ain't taking the time to submit books on their own. It's almost like it's just too much work. Like they would just rather just like buy it online or something versus going through the process of filling out a form, getting books to pack up and send out, and then wait for God knows how long to get it back, not even knowing what grade it's going to come back as. So
I'm done with sending books to get slabbed myself, man. I'm not into it anymore.
You're not into it anymore?
I'm not into it. I lost the flavor of it, I guess. I'm just not into it anymore.
Okay. Well, let's go ahead and wrap this up. I'm not going to sit here and hold on to this while people got things to do. Let's go ahead and get some closing thoughts and shout outs. Jose, I'll turn it over to you first, man.
Shit, closing thoughts and shout outs. I ain't got much to say. Definitely appreciate coming back on the show. Unfortunately, I was feeling ill last week, so I couldn't make it, but I'm glad I'm back here this week. I'm glad everybody showed up in the chat room. Definitely appreciate it. Jason Smith, Otaku Dan, Jojo, Captain Yanks, Comically Flawed, Justin, JLS, Biggie, the whole 9 yards, Comically Flawed. Jeff Johnson showed up. Joker M21, what's up? Who else we got in here? We got a bunch of people, man. So definitely appreciate you guys coming by. As far as a shameless plug, yeah, come check my channel out tomorrow. I'm gonna go ahead and finish coloring off this Batman #1 cover page. So I'll probably do that on my iPad Pro. But that's all I have for me. And yeah, thanks for having me on, Edwin.
Cool beans. Yeah, I want to thank everybody for watching as well. It was fun. Definitely hope to do more giveaways, but I got to have more viewers to start doing those again. It's just not working for me. So we get more viewers, I'll give away more stuff. We get a lot more viewers, I give away a lot more stuff. That's just the way that's going to work. Man. Yeah. No, I don't know any other way, man. But look out for my 1,400 subscriber giveaway. I'm probably going to give away 1 slab. And again, same case with that. If I get more people that submit, I'll give an extra slab. And then the more people that enter the contest, I'll just give away more stuff. So it's got to be worth my time. And everybody else is at that. I'm not here just to you know give away stuff. So it is fun, and I love doing the questions. I love doing all the stuff, and I actually do it a lot of the times. Love doing giveaways and stuff, but it's all in good fun, and it's just to help out the community and let it be of value and worth to somebody else. So. But that's it. Make sure you guys like, share, comment, subscribe. I always appreciate it. Keep God first in your life and enjoy your comic books. And till next time, everybody, I'll see you guys next Friday for episode 10. Peace out, everybody.
We are out.